Hi guys, and welcome back to another video of Gaming with the Powers. I'm Jake, and in today's video, I'll be showing you guys a playthrough preview of an upcoming board game coming to GameFound Q1 called the Chronicles of Paldon. Now, the Chronicles of Paldon is coming to you from Triturus Games, and this is a strategic economic Euro-style game for 1 to 4 players set in a steampunk world. And in the Chronicles of Paldon, you are taking on the role of an inventor with 2 apprentices, and you are sending your apprentices out into the world to these different districts to kind of align yourself with different factions to gain materials so that you guys can build machines to go ahead and gain renown points. And the winner at the end of the game is going to be the player that has accumulated the most renown possible. Now, if you guys want to know more information on the Chronicles of Paldon or take a look at the campaign page, please check a link down in the description below where you can find all more information regarding this particular game. And lastly, we do want to give a shout out to Triturus Games for giving us this opportunity to showcase this game on our channel and provide content for it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump down to the table where we got everything set up for a 2-player playthrough of Chronicles of Paldon. All right, guys, we are down here at the table where we have everything set up for our 2-player playthrough of the Chronicles of Paldon. Now, I do want to note before I dive into this playthrough that this is a prototype version of the game, so any components or artwork or things that you see here might be subject to change throughout the course of the GameFound campaign. And I do also want to note that this is going to be a playthrough preview, so I'm not going to do a playthrough in its entirety. I'm going to take maybe about 4 or 5 turns to show you guys kind of the meat of the game, and then anything that I don't get to cover in my playthrough, I will cover towards the end of this video. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump right in. So as I said, you are taking on the role of an inventor, and so each player is going to have their own particular player board, and there's going to be a couple pieces of information. So there's 3 main types of, well, there's 2 main types of currency, and then you also have renown. So the main currency here is going to be flux and francs, which is your money, and this is kind of like your energy, and then you are going to have your renown. But each player is going to have a player board like this. This is going to tell you the starting information. So you will start with 5 cards. You have 14 flux, 13 francs. These will be your 2 starting skills. And then each player is going to have their own asymmetric ability. Now, taking a look at your inventor mat is the name of this. You're also going to notice that right here on the right hand side, so you start with 4 slots to hold materials, and then these are going to be where you are going to store your machines that you build. So you can store or hold any number of machines that you build. You are only allowed to hold 4 types of material in this inventor mat, kind of your player area. Down here are going to be your skills. So as you acquire more skills, you will drop them down here below. And as you acquire more skills, you also unlock different bonuses. So once you get here, I'll be allowed to upgrade or hold 2 more materials. Here, I will unlock a 3rd slot for my workshop, and down here, I will gain bonus renown at the end of the game. Now, each player is going to have their own specific asymmetric ability here. So Marie Bertrag is the modifier of time and cosmos. So her bonus is during the income phase, she will get 1 additional flux. Now, down here, guys, let's talk about machines in your workshop. So you have the opportunity to place a machine down here or upgrade your workshop is what they call it. And once a machine is put down in here, it must stay there for the remainder of the game. That machine will also score you bonus points, but will also give you passive abilities. So that is pretty much a quick summary of your player mat and some of the cards and tiles or tokens that you will have kind of around your player mat. Now, each player is also going to have 2 apprentices. Okay, so you will choose a color and you will take these 2 apprentice mats. Similar to your inventor mat, each apprentice can store or hold 4 materials, so 4 material here, 4 material here. They can also hold up to 2 machines on the left side of their map, and then they can carry or drag 1 machine at the bottom that you can attach to them. So you will have these 2 apprentice mats down with you. And again, this is off screen right now for you guys so that you can see. But that is the inventor mat that each player will have, and then they will take their 2 apprentice mats and store them in their player area as well. They will also take the inventor standees, and there should be 2 in each player color here. So we got 2 blue and 2 green. And during the setup here, you will place them out on the board in particular spots. So that's why you see them placed out right now. So I believe that is everything in regards to your player components. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other stuff on the board and explain kind of what this is. So this is your board. You are going to have a bunch of different districts. So each district is going to be like a guild. So we have the Clockwork Engines Guild, which is in charge of kind of this entire district and quarters. We have the Luminary Consortium, which is this area. We have the Airship Corsairs, which is their area, and so forth and so on. And so your apprentice is going to be moving around the board here to different locations, the university, these different merchant areas to buy goods, to take different actions, go to your workshop. So during setup, you have this workshop token, and you will decide where you want to place your main workshop. And so your apprentice is going to have to go to that spot to drop off any materials that they have to get them back into your particular workshop. So that's kind of the board in general here. There are materials, so there are 8 different materials in the game, and let me show you. So we have fabric right here. This is fabric. This is granite. We have brass. We have oil. We have glass. We have marble. We have rubber, and then we have walnut. So these are the 8 different materials in the game. Wherever they are set up right here on the board is the only spot that I can go to get these materials unless a card specifies otherwise. The middle of the university, this is where you're going to be able to learn new skills. This is the Phlogiston wheel here. Some actions or machines that you build will require you to use this, and so this is kind of shared amongst all the players. And so if you ever want to juice this back up, your apprentice is going to have to go to this location and take a specific action. Anything else we see here on the board? So this is your market board right here. So this is where we're going to draw our deck of cards. This is the influence track. So with these particular guilds, I can support them and gain influence. And so they will move up on this track. And then last but not least, we are going to have some city construction cards that are going to be laid out right here. And so I will get to all these in a particular second. But that's just kind of all the information I feel you need to know here on the board. So let's talk about how the game is going to end. So there's a couple ways the game is going to end. If one of these district tokens ever reaches the final spot, that will trigger the end of the game. If all of our city constructions are built, that will trigger the end of the game. And the last one is depending on the player count. So we're in a 2-player game. If 2 districts are completely full up with tokens, so each player will have tokens, and when they support these factions, they'll be able to place these tokens out in different quarters. If one of these entire quarters is fill and another entire quarter is fill, that will trigger the end of the game as well. All right, guys, look, well, I think that is kind of the base information of what you see here and kind of what you need to know to go ahead and understand the movements that I'm going to be taking in the way that I'm going to play the game. Of course, as I move throughout the game, I will be taking you through how to play it step by step. So do not fret. Okay, let's jump right in. So like I said, in the setup phase of the game, what they had you do is they had you simultaneously place your apprentices out in any spot that you choose. You also had to place your workshops out here. So player 1 workshop is here. Player 2's workshop is going to be down here, or for this purposes, we have Marie, the And let me show you guys. So Marie Bertrag, the modifier of time and cosmos, will be the blue player for this case. So her workshop is here. And then we have Joseph Pierre, the tinkerer of shadows. He is going to be the green player, and so his apprentices are out, and his token is going to look like that. So that was part of the setup. They also had you draw 5 cards, and I'll go over what these cards do again in just a sec. So let's jump in. So there's going to be 4 phases. We got 4 phases to the game. Phase number 1 is going to be the planning phase. So everybody will do this simultaneously. You will be able to take a base income or of 4 money or 4 flux. You can discard cards. Every card you discard, you can gain 1 flux or 1 money. You simultaneously draw up to your hand size, which is 5 cards. In turn order, you are going to resolve any event cards that you would draw. And then you can also simultaneously sell machines to the black market for cash. So let's go ahead and do this. So we have Marie Bertrag right here. So we have the option to take 4 gold or 4 flux. And I think what we're going to do is take 4 gold here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to get up to 17. But she also can get 1 flux because that is her passive ability. So she's at 15 flux and 17 gold. Mr. Joseph Pierre Magpriest right here, he's going to take the flux. So we'll just give him 4 flux, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and move him up to 19. So now you have the option to discard any cards from your hand. And if you were to discard cards from your hand, you're going to put them in a discard pile, and you can generate 1 flux or 1 coin for doing so. This is a great way to recycle your hand if there's anything that you don't want. So this is going to be a great opportunity for me to now talk about these specific cards. So this is what a machine card is going to look like. So at the top, we'll have the name of the machine. You'll have the icon. The top left-hand corner, when you decide to support a faction, that is the amount of renown you will get for supporting this faction. If you were to sell this machine on the black market, that is how much gold you would get. This right here, this text is going to indicate the ability of this card. So this one says, if this is provided to the Clockwork Engineers Guild, you will also receive 5 coins for doing so. Down here at the bottom of the card is the flux you need to spend, as well as the materials and skills you must have in order to invent or build this particular machine. So these are what the machine cards are going to look like. For the sake of this playthrough, I'm not going to discard any of my starting cards here. We're just kind of move into it. So we would draw new cards, which we already have 5, so we're good here. And then none of us have event cards, okay? In the first round, nobody will have any event cards, so we'll skip that step. And then we have no machines, so we don't want to sell anything to the black market. So that was our planning phase, okay? In the next phase, the action phase, so in turn order or simultaneously, if you guys would choose so when it's possible, you're going to take up to 4 actions. So move an apprentice, buy materials, learn a skill, load the phlogiston, become the patron of a city construction, contribute to a city construction in progress, support a faction, or temporarily access another player's skills. So you guys can see all of these particular actions right here. And I will do my best to go through all of these at one particular time. So let's just go down the list. So move an apprentice. So you can maneuver a apprentice around the board. The first space is going to be free. Every subsequent space after that is going to cost you flux. So for example, we have a bunch of lines on the board. So like this apprentice is here, they can move into this quarter right here. That would be for free. Any other movement that I would want them to take that is continuous would cost me flux. You could move here, that's one action, and then move into here for a second action, and that movement would be free because you are using another action. But let's say I wanted to move 1 to 2 to 3 spots from here. My first movement would be free, and then I would have to pay 2 flux in order to move to that particular spot. Okay, you can also unload and load with your apprentices. So if you pass by your workshop at the start or end of this movement, you can unload any materials that you gain from buying them at the merchant. So that is the move in Apprentice. Buy materials at a merchant is very simple, guys. So you must be in one of the 4 merchant spots. Whatever materials you have here, you can purchase them. This is our material guide down here of what they're going to cost. So your fabric oil is going to cost 1 coin. Your walnuts, rubber, glass, and granite will cost 2 coins, and your marble and brass will cost you 3 coins. Okay. You can buy as many materials as you can afford and as you can hold. And remember, your apprentices can only hold 4 materials. All right, we have learn a skill at the university right here. So you must pay 2 coins, and then whatever skill you want to learn, wherever it is on this track relative to any skills that you have, okay, you must pay the difference in flux. And I'll show you an example of that in just a second because I'm getting ready to do that. Become a patron of a city construction. All right, we got city constructions over here in a particular spot. So like if I want the train, the trolley car here, the aerial cableway, I must be in these spots. These are the other spots where I can construct a city construction. You basically decide to become a patron there. You must have at least 2 of these skills that are on that card in order to become a patron, and you kind of start the progress of that city construction. Contribute to a city construction in progress. So if you did not start one, you can contribute by paying one material or the materials on the side that it says on the particular card to actually get some bonus points if that construction gets completed. We can support a faction. So you must be in one of these particular faction locations here. And if you are, you donate a machine to them that your apprentice has. Your apprentice must be carrying a machine. You will gain the renown that is on that machine card, and that type of that district will go up on this renown track. And then temporarily access a player's skill. So if you are in a spot with another player's workshop, you can temporarily access one of their skills. So that is the action phase. So let's go ahead and let's start. We're going to start with the blue player here. So right away, the blue player is going to have a hand of this. So motorized screwdriver, we need oil in that. We have tea brewer and server. We have a lignin extractor. We have a toy zeppelin, and we have a time manipulating ball. Okay, so let's go ahead and right away we want to learn a new skill. So those are the 2 skills that we have right there. And I think we want to get working on this motorized screwdriver. No, what do we want? We want a blue because we want to generate this toy zeppelin. So we want this blue. So here we go. I need to pay 2 gold, all right, and then 2 for every spot I'm off this track. So if I look at my current skills, I have a orange and a green. So I got an orange here and a green here. So whatever one is closest to it. So the green is closest to the blue. So it's 1 spot away. So I have to pay 2 flux. So I would take this token. All right. We will put this token in my spot here. And then I would need to pay 2 flux for this. So 1, 2. And then I would need to pay 2 coins. 1, 2. Just like that. All right. So that is action number 1. What I can do again is action number 2. Why not just take this same action, and let's go with this particular one here. So we will take this, and where is this located on the track? So I do have this blue now. So you can see here, I do have this blue. So this is 1, 2 spots away. So I would need to pay 4. Actually, it might be cheaper to just take this one instead, which I think I will. So we'll take the metallurgy instead. So I would pay 2 coins, and then I'm only 1 spot away, so another 2 flux. All right. So that's 1, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right, so those are 2 actions by me. This will not refill to the end of the round. My third action is I need to buy some materials. So let's go ahead and buy 1 of this. Do I need any of the orders? I need 2 of these actually. Okay, so we will buy 2. I forgot what they call these. I think this is walnuts. So 2 walnuts. All right, so I need to spend 4 gold for this. So let's go ahead and spend my money. So 1, 2, 3, 4, down to 4 gold here. This will be stored next to the apprentice's mat. So wherever my apprentice mat is, I would store this gold or store this walnut next to them. And that is my 3rd action. The last action I want to do is move my apprentice into my workshop area. So if you remember, 1 move is free. The 2nd move is going to cost me an additional flux. So now I must pay 1 additional flux. So I was at 11, I'm now down to 10. So that was all 4 of my actions. I learned 2 skills at the university, I bought from the merchant, and I moved. Let's move on to our 2nd player here. And we are looking at, let's see, he might want some skills. There's nothing that he can really want and build right now. So this player, I'll put this board right here so we can see. So he doesn't have anything except for walnut that he can build. So I think what this player will do is we'll buy 1 walnut for 2. So 2 coins will buy 1 walnut. This will go to this particular worker here, the apprentice, and we need to just pay 2 gold for that. So that's 1 and 2. Okay, that's 1 action. I think what he's going to do next is, what do we need? Actually, it might be worth it for him to, do we need the green? We need a couple of these greens, so it might be worth him to buy a green as well. So 2nd action, he will buy a green with this guy. So this will go on him. All right, so we need to spend 3 gold. So this will take him down to 7. All right, take him down to 7. And then he needs to get to his spot. So let's go 1, 2. All right, so 1 is free. We do need to spend a flux for the 2nd movement. That's 3 actions. And the last action that this player is going to take is going to be, let's see, we want to move to the university. So let's go 1, 2, 2, and then we have to move across to the university. So when you are moving across the river, the only spots you can move across are boats. When you move across a boat, you must pay 1 coin. So 1 for free. We do 1 flux. We need to do a 2nd flux and 1 coin. So 2 flux, 1, 2, and then 1 coin to be able to move to our university. Okay, that is all 4 of our actions. That is the end of the action phase. Now we'll move into the build and machine phase. So this can be played simultaneously. You can build city constructs, build machines, or rearrange your machines between your apprentices and your inventor. However, your apprentices must be on the spot of your workshop in order to do so. So let's take a look at the blue player first. So the blue player's apprentice that has 2 of these wood is on our workshop. So we can move this wood over into our workshop here, which I'm just going to put it right there. And obviously it would go to the side here. So we can start building machines. And the first thing we want to do is build this toy Zeppelin. So if sold on the black market together with any other toy, you would get 2 extra francs for each of them. Okay. It's going to cost me 1 flux, 1 walnut, and I must have the blue skill, which I will put this right here again. We do have the blue skill. So this would go off to your side right here, showing that you have built this toy Zeppelin. So let's see, I need to pay the resources for this. So 1 flux would bring me down to 9. Okay, 1 flux would bring me down to 9. And then I pay the walnut here, which just goes back on top of the pile. And then I would place this card again to the left of my area. So that is one thing I can do. I do not have these resources, I do have this, which I can buy as well. So the time manipulating ball, if provided to the Clockwork Engineers Guild, also receive 5 francs. This is gonna cost me 2 flux, 1 walnut, and I must have the blue, which I do not actually have the blue, so I cannot do this. I lied. Sorry, guys. All right. That is the only thing that the blue player can do. However, what they would like to do is load this machine or toy that they just built. Oops, sorry. They would like to load this onto the Jane Margit character. And so she would hold this. And so you would just put this over here to the left side of your apprentice mat, showing that she is storing this toy machine whenever she is going out in the world. Okay. Let's move over to our green player here, and I'll put him down right here. So our inventor, which is right here, is able to unload a marble, I believe. And we will buy, or we will do, wait, did we not get walnuts? Oh, she was supposed to go there. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made, guys. Okay, well, unfortunately, we cannot spend any or build any machines because we needed this person to get here in order to drop off her her marble, or not her marble, her walnuts that we needed. So small mistake, critical error by me with that one. So that would be the end of the build phase, okay? So we can't build anymore, and we would progress now to the end of round phase. So we would check our end game criteria, we would move the first player marker, and then we would replenish any of our skills. So what would happen is any skills would move over from left to right. In a 2-player game, 2 skills would get replenished, and so we will basically be replenishing the whole board. So we would go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. We would go back up top now with our planning phase. So simultaneously, you would gain 4 fronds or flux. So let's see, she gets 1 flux automatically to bring her back up to 10. And then I think what we're gonna do is gain 4 flux. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, it does say in the rulebook, guys, that I believe you can split this flux how you would like. So it says particularly here in the rulebook, simultaneously take base income, which is 4 units of either money or flux in any combination. So you can split this how you would like, but sometimes it's better to just you're either taking 4 flux or 4 money. Joseph Pierre in this case is going to take 4 cash to bring him up to 10. All right. And we don't want to sell any cards. We're going to skip that. We would draw new cards now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We will draw a new card, bringing us up to 5. And we get a spyglass. Okay. Moving on to this player, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have 5 cards in our hand, so we don't want to draw up. We don't want to sell any toys right now, and so we would proceed into the action phase. So the first player now technically would be the green player if you are taking turns, or you can do things simultaneously how you would choose. But again, we're going to keep taking turns because we need some of these particular skills that are right here. So what do we have? There is metallurgy out there, which we do like and we do want. And that's really the only one. So the green player is going to go for this metallurgy. So we'll take this into our area. So we need 2 gold and then flux for the closest one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3. So we're going to have to pay 6 flux and 2 gold for this. So we have 16. This is going to drop us down to 0. 2 gold, which will drop us down to 8 in order to take this right here. All right, let's see what we need. We do have, she needs to drop off this marble. So I think what we're going to do is move for 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1 gold and then 2 flux. So 1 gold for moving across the river on the boat, and then 2 flux, bringing him down to 8. Alrighty, and so now she's safe in there. So there's 2 actions. Action number 1, university. Action number 2, movement. she will unload her walnut that she has into the workshop. This guy can kind of roam free for right now. Let's see where he wants to go. What else do we need? So we'll have enough to make this. Walnut might be good. All the way up there is that. You'll be able to get both of these. I don't really know where else he should go, maybe other than over here. So let's just go, let's just move him one spot here. So that'd be 3, and then we will move him here for 4. Okay, so 4 actions for him. Blue player now, we are going to move for 1 action for free into the airship Coursiers. All right. Action number 2 is we will acquire this yellow skill here. So we will acquire the yellow skill. We need 2 gold, and I'm covering up the thing here. We do have metallurgy, so I need 4 flux. So this would take me down to 10, and 2 gold is going to take me down to 8. All right, and now I have 4 of these. So that's my second action. My third action, what we're going to do is we are going to support a faction. Okay, so your apprentice must be in the headquarters district. So we are in the airship Coursiers district. And what I will do is I must have, my apprentice must be carrying a machine. I'm basically going to be donating this machine or toy to them. So when this happens, I will gain the renown that is in the top left-hand corner. This card gets trashed, essentially. I will generate 3 renown on my board, okay? And then we will find the particular spot where they are and move them up 1 spot on the track, okay? Everybody will start here and then they move up. So we have supported this. Now what I can do is take a look at this skill, all right? And if I would like to buy this skill, I can spend 2 flux to buy this skill. And I would like to buy this skill because I would need this to do the maneuvers bridge. So I will spend 2 flux. All right, so we will go 1, 2 to 17. This will go face down on my mat. All right, and that is action number 3, I believe. Action number 4, we will, action number 4, I think what we're going to do is move this guy, and we will move 1 spot here across the bridge for 1 gold. Okay, so that is down to 7. So those are all 4 of my actions that I have taken, and we will move into the build phase. So we will start with the green player over here. So let's get the green player's resource board out and see what we have. So we will do the engraving machine here. So 1 flux, 1 marble, and we must have metallurgy. If provided to the brass conclave, also receive 5 francs. So we will go ahead, and again, this would go over here on the right-hand side. So 1 flux would drop me down to 7. We must spend this particular marble, and we do have metallurgy. All right, the other one that I wanted to do was the diving goggles. So this can be attached to an apprentice. So when moving, you may pass the river anywhere you like for free. 1 flux, a walnut, and must have that skill. So here is my walnut, and we're going down to 1 flux. And again, this would go over here on the left-hand side. Okay, so those are the 2 machines that I would like to buy. Firstly, what I will do is, since I have this apprentice here, I will give her the diving goggles and attach. So now, whenever she is moving across the river, she can move anywhere for free. All right. And then I think what we'll do is hold on to the engraving machine. Moving over to our blue player. So this is kind of what we're doing here. And let's see what we have. We only can buy, I thought we could do that. Nope. We did not do a whole lot to do progress on our machines yet. So that is the end of that one. So these would move down over, and then you would do the last 2. So it'd be in a 2-player game. So we'll refill this. We have not met any end game condition yet. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, we will do income phase now. So we will take 5, okay, so 1 flux, and then we're gonna take 4 gold with this person here. All right. We will also, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think what we're also going to do is get rid of some cards. At this time, sell some cards. So let's sell this. We don't need that. Let's sell both of these as well. So we're going to sell 3 cards, and we're thinking to get 3 gold from that. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we would draw back up, so we need 5. So we get arm strengthener, construction crane, and another toy of the steam railroad. Okay. We're not going to sell anything to the black market, and we do not have any events. So moving over to Joseph Perry Magprest, we are going to take 4 flux, bringing us up to 10. Alrighty. And then we will not sell any of our cards. We will draw back up to 5. So we get a unmanned hot air balloon, and we get a Philogostine evaporator. Okay. We chose not to sell any cards. We're not going to sell anything to the black market. And we're good to go. So we'll move into our action phase. So we will start with the blue player now. The first thing we're going to do as the blue player is we want to become a patron for city construction. So you must be in this spot. So we are in the trolley car spot. We would like to become a patron for this. In order to do this, you must have at least 2 of the skills that are on here. So green and yellow, which we do have green and yellow here. So what we would do is we would take this token here. We would put this face down, showing that it is ongoing in construction. And then we would take 1 of our tokens and place it on that particular card, showing that we have become a patron of that card. So that is step number 1. All right, or action number 1 for me. So in order to do that, we need wood and marble. So I have wood, I just need marble down here. So the problem is if I get marble, there's no way to get over there maybe. Let's see, so that was 1 action. My second action, we're gonna go 1 to 2 to 3. So I need to spend 2 flux and 1 gold. So 2 flux and 1 gold for that. I will spend 3 to get 1 marble. All right, so we will spend 3, 1, 2, 3 for marble for my third action. And then my last action is we're gonna flux it up to go all the way over here. So 1, is it 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1 is free. I need to spend 4 flux, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will, well, technically, this would go here, all right, with him, and then I unload it now into my thing. So those are all 4 of my actions. This player over here, let's see what we got. Let's just go ahead and buy some resources. Well, actually, action number 1, we will do move here, all right. Action number 2, we will buy from here for action number 2. There's only anything he needs. We should go there first. Let's do that in reverse. So action number 1 will go 1, 2, 3. So we need to spend 2 flux. So 8 and 1 gold. Let's grab this right here, this skill. So we would need to grab this skill here for 2. So this is 2 gold, 1, 2, and then 4, or wherever his closest is. So 1, 2, which is 4 flux. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And that was the second action. Third action, we will buy 1 of these for 3. I believe that's what we wanted to do. So let's go 1, 2, 3. And then let me make sure that's the card I was, yes, because I'm trying to build that 3. And then the last action here would go 1, 2, for 4, so we would need to spend 1 there. Okay, so that is the end of the action phase for both our players. We would now move into the build phase, so let's go ahead and go with Marie Bartrek, our Boo player, first. We actually want to complete a city construction now. So what's going to happen is we're going to take a look at this card. We need to spend 4 flux, 1 walnut, and 1 marble. So we have walnut and marble. Okay. And we need to spend our 4 flux. So 1, 2, 3, 4, bringing us down there. And we have completed the trolley car. So this will flip over. All right, now the trolley station is now available. So we can take these stations from station to station to station around the board. For doing this, you will gain 11 renown, okay? And then this card will just kind of stay over here with your token on it. So we will go ahead and gain 11 renown, bringing us up to 14. So that's that. We don't have any more materials, so we can't build anymore. Let's go over to Josephine Pierre Mag Priest right now. All right, so the first thing we want to do is build, well, the only thing we can build is our food processor. All right, this is going to cost us 1 flux, a marble, and this, which we do have this now because our guy is on here. So we'll spend this to build this. So we need 1 flux, and this will go over here to the right with our other machine that we have right now. And that's all we can do. Okay, that is the end of the build phase, guys. Then you would proceed into the end of round phase again. All right, look, that is going to be it for me for this playthrough preview. What would happen, guys, is, again, you would continue to take turns over and over again until either one of these particular fractions reaches the top of here, all 4 of these city construction cards are finished, or actually, I messed up when I did this. I should have put one of my tokens out on a spot over here, just like that when I did it. Or one of these districts, 2 of these districts are completely full. So some things that I didn't quite do to talk about, I think I've actually did almost every single action in the particular game, right? You saw me kind of move. As you build the trolley car, what you can do is start here at a station and move from station to station for 1 movement, and that will cost 1 gold. So I can move from this station all the way to this station here, from this station all the way to this station. That's another way to get around the board. When you build the cable car, same thing. You can go cable car to cable car to cable car. All right. You've seen me buy materials, that's obvious. Learn a skill, I've done that. Become a patron for city construction. Again, you must be in one of these particular spots that matches. So, you know, this maneuver bridge is a blue card. So here's a blue spot here, blue spot here. So I must be in one of these adjacent spots to it to start the construction for that. The gray spots are obviously here. So I must be in those spots to start the construction there. You cannot be a patron of more than 1 city construction at a time. So while this city construction is out, I cannot become a patron of another one. All right. But you saw the city construction of how to start that process. Contributing to a city construction, you guys never saw that. What that is if I'm in this spot for this, all I can do is pay 1 material that is on this card, or actually it's this bottom half right here. So I need to pay 3 flux in 1 material, and now whenever this completes, I would get 4 renowned for that objective being completed. Supporting a faction, you guys saw that. So you must be in that district headquarters. You must donate a machine that your apprentice is carrying. You will go up on this track. You will gain the renown that is on this card, and then you will place one of your tokens in one of these districts. Okay. And then temporarily access another player's skills. You guys didn't see that one, but if I was in a workshop of another player, I could temporarily access one of the other skills that they have on here. So I would take the token from the bag here and put it on my apprentice mat. And as long as that apprentice stayed on that spot, then basically I will have access. If my apprentice moves off that spot, I lose access, okay? In that build phase, I've built a city construction. You guys saw how that worked. I've built machines. You've kind of saw me rearrange machines. Now, some machines do require this, as you can see here. So you would need to pay that particular resource as well as everything else, which what you would do is just slide this down. One of the other actions is basically, you never saw how this worked, is you just move into this spot here and then take the action to increase it by 1. And remember, you guys are all sharing this Philistine gear area. That is it, guys. Like I said, when either all the city constructions, one of these gets to the spot, or each of the district is over with, that will trigger the end of the game. The way you guys will score points is the renown that is on your board. You will add the renown from your machines that are down here. So for example, let's say I had this motorized screwdriver down here. I would get 2 points for this machine plus an additional 2 for having it here. And if I unlocked this third slot and had a machine down here, I would get ×2 for that particular machine. So you would score these, add them to your renowned, I believe, renown points for a field skill track, renown points for upgrades in the workshop, renown points for each faction you have supported, renown points for each of your inventor markers that are on the game board, okay? So those are the 4 different ways you will score. But that is a playthrough preview of the Chronicles of Paldon, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, guys, well, look, that is a playthrough preview of an upcoming board game called the Chronicles of Paldon. If you guys enjoyed this content, smash that like button, hit that notification bell, drop down in the comments below, what are your guys' thoughts on this game? Do you think this is something that you would back? And as always, guys, if you are not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe so we can keep bringing you some more awesome content. All right, guys, y'all have a great one. Bye.